Hi, my name's Shai and I'm here to talk to you about Samantha's marketing strategy. So we're going to be taking a strategic approach to this marketing strategy, and we're going to be focusing on still appealing to that smaller groups and the middle income earners, but also growing our audience to be attracting more family friendly people to the venue. We're going to do this by transforming the venue into like a more family friendly and more welcoming space. Not only just renovating the space in terms of family friendly amenities, but also just creating a family friendly community and atmosphere where people can come and enjoy it. So that we'll need to increase amenities such as like play spaces and things that families will need to be able to bring their children to the venue. As well as this, we're going to be strengthening Blush's social media presence. They already have a very good social media presence, but increasing their following will be the key to reaching those marketing objectives. Now, we all know Samantha's Nebello wine is incredible, but that's not going to be enough to attract enough people to grow her business the way she wants it to grow. Other wineries in the area offer much wider ranges of wines, and when you're traveling with a group of people, it's unlikely that people are all going to have the same taste. They're going to want different wines, so having that one standout wine isn't going to be enough. So what can we do differently to compete? Well, we can focus on appealing to families and expanding that market reach. Competitors like Down the Rabbit Hole, which are in the area also, they're quite family friendly venues, and they really show that you don't need a huge investment to make a family friendly environment. They have like picnic rugs and little setups and just space for kids to run around. Samantha already has that space. She has the wonderful nature, she has the kangaroos, like that kind of space people enjoy. They want to bring their families there. So she already has that, so she just needs to build on that to make it a more inclusive venue. Now, what are our objectives? In order for Samantha to reach her profit goal, she needs to attract 1,780 new customers this year. Continuing on with her market strategy through social media would be the best option to increase her venue's popularity amongst the wine region. Now, social media is huge, and people are always going to social media to find the next best venue to go to. So that is definitely the best avenue for her to go down. Creating the space that does appeal to that social media will be the best investment for her. Her price point will need to remain consistent to attracting the middle income earners. That's definitely going to be her target market moving forward. Consumer behaviour in the winery indicates that word of mouth is the best way to get promoted. So the more people talk about your winery, the more customers you're going to have. So you need to have like a good reputation. People need to have an overall good experience to want to tell their friends and family to come to your venue. The more they tell them, the more presence you have on social media, the more following you have, the more exposure you're going to have to your business, ultimately bringing you more clientele. There are a number of factors influencing Blush's macro environment, including the aging population and rising overall wealth. The increased migration to the rural areas, which impacts her landscapes. So at the moment, she has these beautiful landscapes, untouched nature, kangaroos. If people come and start like building in this rural area, she's going to ultimately lose that. She obviously has her lands, but around her the landscapes could change. So those are things that must be considered. They could be relevant to affecting Samantha's business. One thing that's out of her control, one thing that is in her control, is her space itself. She can just continue to create this space as a space that people want to come to and people want to enjoy, appealing to that older generation of the aging population, making it more family friendly. If you have lots of like older people wanting to come and celebrate birthdays and anniversaries and weddings at your venue, bring their grandchildren, make it a family day out, that will really just like appeal to that wider market. The increase in population wealth means that people are looking to do those more luxurious outings. People are looking to spend money on wine and go to like nice experiences with their families. So there is that market out there that we've just got to tap into. For single person households, which is becoming more and more common, this means we need to have inclusive spaces where single mums can bring their children, but they might not have someone that they can like get to care for their children. So they do need to have those inclusive spaces. The increase in migration to rural areas means that Samantha's ultimately just going to have a bigger pool of people looking for work. So she's going to have more options when it comes to her recruiting her staff, which means she can be very have a higher bar of what kind of people she brings in that she's going to employ. People are also looking to be more sustainable and enjoy more ingredients and stuff that are locally sourced, and she already ticks all those boxes with her jaffles, so she just needs to keep doing that because she's already doing that so well. She just needs to focus on creating a space that sets her winery apart from the rest. Something very like Instagrammable that people are going to want to take photos and share with their families and friends, because then ultimately you're going to get that word of mouth recommendations, which is the best free advertising you're ever going to get. Offering those experiences that are more family friendly and intimate, because you can't cater to the bigger groups that other wineries can. And so there's no point trying to compete with that. She needs to focus on what she can do well with her small venue, and really use that outdoor space that has not been utilized in the past. If she utilizes that space and builds on that, then she can really create a really nice, warm and family friendly area. Just little simple play spaces for kids that will really improve on that space. Just little things like high chairs and maybe like a little cubby house, change tables. There's simple things that like parents do need for their kids, where they can just let their kids safely play while they sit and relax and have a wine. There's definitely a huge market out there for that. Trust me, I'm a mum. I would love to do that. Samantha has a lot of competitors in the area, so it's key that she distinguishes herself differently from those competitors, because they have like massive setups with like big industrial kitchens where they can cater to really big like wine tours, or offer like experiences like Deannenberg offering the art exhibitions. Like Samantha doesn't need to be the same to increase her market share. She just needs to offer something that is authentically her and will appeal to her target, which will be family friendly spaces. An internal challenge she's going to face is her lack of training within her staff. That's something she's really going to have to improve on, and really focus like her time and her money to really bring those standards up, because like people's experience is so important to this word of mouth advertising, that you want your staff to be highly trained so that they can contribute to the overall amazing experience people are going to experience. Now, Samantha's biggest strength is her location. It's close proximity to Adelaide. People want to go to McLaren Vale and they can go there for a day, half a day, and come home. She doesn't need to offer accommodation and expand on those sort of resources. All she needs to do is just make it a one-day trip, like attraction. Like she doesn't need to offer more, because she's so close to Adelaide. The whole of Adelaide can just go there for a day, or if people are travelling from interstate, they can stay in Adelaide. They don't need to stay in McLaren Vale. Samantha's main weakness is that people often leave her winery to go to the next place to get like coffees and drinks and stuff. So that's something she's going to have to really improve on. She's going to have to start offering coffees and cakes and like baby chinos to appeal to family friendly places. So offering those little things might keep people at her winery a bit longer, and again appeal to those family friendly people. Ultimately, for Blush to reach its sales goals, it's going to have to make sure it successfully grows its customer base. Ensuring that its social media marketing campaign gains sufficient exposure is crucial. That is what needs to be done to increase her customer base. if she can increase her following, if she can increase people sharing and people just knowing about her winery and wanting to visit there, having memorable experiences for one birthday, it makes them want to go back for another birthday. Just really having that good reputation and that really big social media presence is going to be the key to reaching her growth objectives. Thank you.